Hey everybody, Greg Pruitt here with Idaho Dispatch, and I am joined by James O'Keefe from Project Veritas. How are you today, sir?
Doing great, thank you.
Awesome. So, when you found out you were coming to Idaho, you didn't think that was Iowa, right? Because that's a common misconception.
No, I'm not that. I'm not that ignorant. I've been to all the states, and I've been here before, and it's a beautiful state.
Okay, awesome. Well, welcome. And what is your, I guess, biggest thought on the media nationwide, from either local news stations to major news stations? What do you think the biggest flaw is right now in the media, in your opinion?
Wow, that's quite a question. Biggest problem with the media, biggest flaw with the media is that they don't really show the world as it is. It's all about narrative. It's about it's their opining, their opinions, not facts. They're not focused on facts, and we got to fight back because the tech companies prefer CNN and the New York Times and their algorithms, and it's kind of an oligarchy that exists. So we have to do independent journalism and show people the truth. It's a cliche, but we really have to do the journalism ourselves.
Do you think that's the only way, ultimately, that the corporate media, the legacy media, won't ever correct itself, or do you believe they can or could?
Well, the citizens there has to be an uprising of independent journalism, because they have a lot of power, and we don't have any power, but we have power by virtue of our numbers. Is that most people actually agree with us and support independent journalism. They just feel powerless. So it's up to citizens, and at Veritas we have this movement of whistleblowers and insiders and brave people who kind of blow the whistle what's happening on the inside of their institutions, and they have to have the permission to do that. So they had to see other people go out and do it, and then they'll follow them. So we've been doing that, and it's been multiplying. We've got whistleblowers coming out of a lot of different places, including CNN, including Google, including the New York Times. So stay tuned.
Okay. And you recently brought out a whistleblower from Hasbro.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah, David Johnson, critical race theory. He had released recordings and PowerPoint presentations showing that they had mandatory trainings about how 2-year-olds were racist and 6-month-old babies view race through this lens of critical race theory. So David Johnson, packaging engineer for Hasbro, lost his job showing people what was going on inside these organizations. Pretty amazing.
Okay. What do you say to, one of your biggest criticisms is that critics say you deceptively edit videos, and I know you cover that in your book.
I say name the edit. Give me an example.
Okay.
They can't seem to name one example. They just say I edit. Well, all journalism is edited in a selective fashion. We don't take people out of context. I think they project onto me what they do. So they do doctor, they do edit selectively. So they accuse me of precisely the sin that they are guilty of, and it's a pretty effective technique because they've already accused me of the thing, and then if I go back at them and say you do that, they've gotten the first shot out. But all we can do is tell the truth. The truth is like a lion. You let it out, it can be very powerful. And that's, people feel very hopeless, very cynical, and feel like there's no solutions, and I think the solution is truth-telling.
Independent journalism is
independent journalism, thousands of people coming out of the woodwork, exposing what's going on, showing people the lies hidden from the public view, people trying to intentionally lie to people and saying that they're lying to them. Like Charlie Chester at CNN said, and we don't want you to know that our network is basically a Biden-supported, propaganda network. And he said, I don't want the public to know that that's what we're doing. That's precisely what we want the public to know, that they know that they're lying to us.
What's your advice to people? You guys at Project Veritas, you can't cover everything. You can't do everything because there's a lot going on. So what's your advice to people in states or independent journalists on how to do kind of what you're doing, but maybe not on the same scale?
Well, I think, when I got started, I didn't have anything but a microphone and a camera, and the Acorn story was, the biggest story there was that 2 young people with nothing but a Sony Minicam and a YouTube account could get Congress to defund Acorn because we exposed them. So I think people underestimate themselves, and it's what you choose to do. It's what you have the will to do, and so many people are afraid, but I don't think you can live in fear, and you shouldn't make decisions based upon fear. And it's not. I'm looking to find people who are willing to do it. because there are people with courage, and courage is contagious. So we got to find the people who are willing and sign them up.
Okay. All right, last question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like Lucky Charms?
Lucky Charms. I love Lucky Charms. I think they're magically delicious.
Yeah.
I also think they're magically racist. So that was our first hidden camera video. I'm actually showing it tonight, believe it or not.
Oh, are you? Okay.
One of the first videos here, and there's a stadium. I've never done this before. It's kind of a baseball field, but there's tables in the end. I've honestly never experienced something like this. So it's got a big screen right over there.
We do it different in Idaho.
Hopefully it doesn't monsoon on us.
Yeah.
I think it won't.
I think we're good.
And I think people, to this day, people love Lucky Charms. The brilliance of Lucky Charms video is if they do ban Lucky Charms, they become a laughingstock. But if they don't take my complaints of being an Irishman offended, they violate their own college speech prohibitions against racial prejudice. So we put them in a lose-lose situation.
Awesome. All right, James. Well, we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.